Thank our sponsors. The Cinder Inn over on Mill Creek Road here in Stroudsburg has some wonderful opportunities for you to get some great food, celebrate a milestone, have a special dinner, have a party. There's great food always on the menu, some super specials, and always live music. So check out their Facebook page so that you know what's going on. Also, we want to thank A Bit of Bliss Therapy. April up in Pocono Lake has some awesome spa services, and we want to make sure you know all about them. Make sure to like them on Facebook. A Bit of Bliss Therapy. We'll put it in the comments below. Great spa services, great massages, just a totally fabulous place to relax. Hi, Sarah. How you doing?
Hi, Holly. I'm doing fabulous now that I can catch my breath and, sit down after a long day of real estate. But that's what we expect here in the Poconos. It's just a dull day. I want to welcome Dulce Ridder with us again this evening. We're going to talk to her a little bit more about her platform and how she is running and the position that she's running for. So hi, Dulce.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
So first of all, I guess we should tell everyone what you are running for, what political office you are running for, and just everybody know a little bit about, what your platform is.
Well, I'm running for the 115th district in Monroe County, and I have different issues on my platform, which range from property taxes to the issues that are going on with our businesses, creating jobs, bringing jobs back into our community. So you can go onto my website, voteridder.com, and you will see the details on my platform. But my platform is very similar to what everybody else runs on, taxes, school funding. Another issue that I have is affordable housing. But the difference between me and other candidates, I think, is that I'm looking to find solutions to those problems, because that platform shouldn't even be there anymore. Like the issues that I'm running on shouldn't even be there anymore if we would have had people that solved those problems before me.
Well, and the housing and high taxes kind of run hand in hand, because the landlords can't afford to lower rents because the cost of maintaining the building and especially paying the taxes and water and sewer and all of those other things make it almost impossible to make the apartments any less expensive than what they are.
Exactly.
I think a big thing we want to talk about tonight, Dulce, is how you plan on working if you become elected. You are not a party line person, correct?
No, absolutely not. No one should be a party line person ever, because you're sent there to represent the people, and whether you like them or not, whether they're your party or not, or they don't share your values, you're elected to represent the people and to go to Harrisburg and be their voice. And being a party line person, I think automatically you're not doing your job if you're just being a party line person.
Unfortunately, I think since the beginning of COVID, we've seen that's all that we see. Like, you only see people heading in one direction. They're very unwilling to either vote against their governor, vote against their senator, vote against their, nobody, it's like my guy knows what he's doing. And we all know that not necessarily that's the case, right?
Yes, that's true. And what I say to my friends, because I don't know if you know this, but I was a Democrat. I was a Kennedy Democrat. I'm a New Yorker. All of us are born. Well, I wasn't born in New York, but New Yorkers are born automatically Democrats. And if you're an immigrant, as I was when I came into New York, you're automatically a Democrat. So I was a Kennedy Democrat, but unfortunately, as time went by, I became an independent, and I found out that my voice didn't matter. So then I looked at my values. What are my values? What do I believe in? And then I decided to register as Republican. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing. You know, look at your values, look at what you believe in, and then compare it to your party or to the person who's running, because you may have somebody in your party or in the opposite party that shares more values with you than the party that you're affiliated with. So I've always voted on the person, because I'm a research person, not on the party. Because if what you're telling me doesn't make any sense, or I can't back it up with facts, I try not to get hung up on my feelings, because when I've done that, then it doesn't work out very well.
Dulce, tell us how you became interested in becoming a politician.
No, I don't want to be a politician. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Does anybody really ever say, I've been saying this a lot for like probably the last 10 years, that I think anybody who runs for public office has either a tremendous amount of self-esteem or they're a little bit off, because you are diving into the sharks. Like everybody's at you from every different direction. And I think that it takes a lot of fortitude to run for office.
It does. And I have to tell you, I prayed a lot on it, because I do, as Sarah knows, we can do very well with our businesses.
Right.
So I prayed a lot on it. And I feel like I have the courage and the backing of the community to get through this, to get elected, or else I wouldn't have done it. And I know this by speaking to my people, grassroots, and you're not going to see that a lot on Facebook, because I've never been one to put stuff on Facebook that I've done. You know, I've been a board member of the Poconos Arts Council. I was a board member for 6 years. Very few things I put up, but I'm not the type of person that's taking a picture and a selfie every time they attend an event or do something like that. But I've been involved in the community in the background for a very long time. And I believe that I'm doing God's work here. So that makes me pretty fearless. And I'm not afraid of anything. I don't get offended by anything. The reason I'm running is because I think I can make a difference. And the community is showing me that. You know, every day I get more and more encouraged by people calling me. We're so happy you're running. Thank you. We're supporting. What can we do? And that's just making me, you know, even have more faith in what we can get done in the future once I get elected.
Well, that's wonderful. And what would you like people to know about you, Dulce Ridder, you as a person rather than as a politician?
Well, I would like them to know that I'm running to be a public servant. Okay. And when you run to be a public servant, which is what these politicians are, you should never be afraid of your representative. You should never be afraid to call your representative and tell them your issues. You should never be afraid of retaliation from your representative because you spoke out against them or anything like that. Like I said, I don't get offended by anything. I'm a fighter. If I believe that someone's doing something wrong, I will call them out. But I don't like to make enemies. So I will say, you know, I don't like you doing this, but let's hug it out after this. And, you know, some people you can do that with, some people you can't. And, but that's the way that I do business. And as you know, we always fighting it out. Mm-hmm. In negotiations, in any type of business that you have, you're always fighting it out with somebody. And that doesn't mean it has to be negative. It is a negotiation process. And if you do it right, it'll be a win-win.
And you must be a good negotiator, because that is one of the top things that you must be if you're a successful realtor, is to be able to negotiate. And a lot of people don't have that knack, but I believe that you probably have that.
And I'm not afraid to talk to people. Like I'm never going to be afraid to go up to Harrisburg and try to talk to the Democrats. Hey, can we talk about this? What can we have a meeting? Listen, this is what's happening in my county. You know, your county is not affected by this, but I want you to think about my people. And I think that your constituents will care about what happens to their fellow Pennsylvanians. you know, you got to make your case. You
Right.
got to make your case, and you got to bring it to that person. You got to bring it to the person who can make the change and who can help you. And I don't feel that's being done enough by anybody.
Well, I appreciate all that you're saying, because, you know, I think everyone, especially during COVID, has become very concerned about the future of our communities, because, you know, we are sitting home wondering, you know, what's going on, what's happening. And you know, I think that what you're saying hits home with a lot of people.
And I encourage everyone to do your research, you know, and talk to the people that don't agree with you respectfully. And you know, do you want to have a conversation about this? I know I really want to talk about this, but let's talk about it now, because a lot of people do this. Oh, I hate politics, I'm not going to get involved. Leave me out of it, let me live my life. And then your business gets shut down. Guess what? We're going to have a conversation now.
Well, and after all the nastiness that we see and encounter on Facebook, so many people don't have a political conversation because it is so one-sided anymore. And I find that to be incredible, that people that have been friends cannot be bipartisan.
I know, it's so sad.
You know, altering points of view, but still be friends.
I know.
And I think different than I
broke up a little bit there. I know exactly what you mean, because, you know, as a member of a very liberal board, I had a lot of friends that I thought were friends that loved me until they found out I was a Republican. You know, everything was great until they found out I was a Republican. And it's sad, because our goals are the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because I'm a Republican doesn't mean I'm not going to support the arts. You have no idea how my heart is hurting for the artists, for the musicians who can't play in any venues, who can't play in any weddings.
Right.
You know, like that doesn't make any difference to me. And I still love them. I tell them all the time, I still love you. You're the one that don't love me.
I know that this sounds crazy, but we've used up all of our time. Once again, I think that our next time, you're going to be on with us one more time before the election. And I think that should be our next topic, what it's like to be a Republican woman.
Yes.
In 2020, like how it affects how you're running, how it affects how you're talking to people, how it affects your responses that you're getting from people. I think that would be a great thing that people would want to hear. Awesome. But we have had a great time with everybody here. Sorry it was so short, and I'm sorry for the ding, ding, ding interruption. I got a lot of technology going on here. We want to thank our sponsors, the Cinder Inn and A Bit of Bliss Therapy, and my lovely co-host, Sarah Smith-Katz.
Thank you.
We will be back with you next Tuesday for another fun show. We hope you've all enjoyed it, and we will see you soon. Everybody stay healthy and safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.